each other. But if I'm not wrong, you have to complete the core level courses first in order to take the elective level.
And a core level completion criteria I'll fulfill with software engineering and testing. Let's assume that is there.
Okay.
Okay.
Then that is absolutely fine. I mean, there is no specific order in these 3 courses. For AI, it is enough to have knowledge in PDSA. And then for deep learning, of course, if you have background in MLT, that will be helpful. And for reinforcement learning, of course, we can study it independently. Some deep learning concepts are there, but it is not a prerequisite.
So does reinforcement learning have programming assignments and OPP and all? Like, is it more programming based or more theory based?
I heard that in reinforcement learning, there are some programming assignments, but I think we have a separate meet for those courses.
Okay, sir.
It would be better if you ask the questions there. Yeah.
Okay, sir. And I just heard that the plan is to make all core courses compulsory to get the degree.
Yeah, to get the BS degree. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I only just now I heard, so I will have to replan my course selection. So I want to know a little more about software engineering and software testing. Is like till now I've been focusing on the AI stream, but I suppose I'll have to do those 2 as well to get the degree.
Okay, Shyam, are you from software engineering side?
No, Arun. Arup.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Arup is from software engineering side. Varun, if you don't mind, could you join after 7 because Arup has some urgent work to do. So he just said that he will be joining after 7.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah.
I will. I will join after 7, or I will just put in the forum. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, sure. Thanks. Okay, so there is a question on the chat. So how is DL structured? Any programming assignments or projects? There are no projects per se, but there are programming assignments in the sense. So in order to answer your regular graded assignments, you have to write some code in order to find the answers. There are no separate programming assignments in addition to the graded assignments. So, to be exact, there are 3 graded assignments where you need to write a piece of code to find out the answers.
So those codes will be in Python only, right?
Yeah, it is Python and NumPy only. And in addition to that, you have some bonus activity assignments. So, to get bonus marks. So there you have to answer some few basic questions, and some of the bonus assignments questions are based on PyTorch, but you need not to be, kind of thoroughly go through PyTorch. You just know the basics of it. These are all just activities.
So a PyTorch was it will touched up.
Sorry, could you repeat your question, Rajesh?
So what I told that PyTorch was never covered in any of the courses so far. Okay. So in DL course, would you touch upon the PyTorch itself, or you're expecting that we already know that?
No, we are not expecting anyone to know PyTorch before enrolling into the course. So once you move into the course, I will point you to the resources where we have a set of resources. So you can just go through briefly. You need not to dive deeper in order to answer those questions. So you just touch upon it. After the course, then we will conduct an workshop in order to bridge the gap between this theory and practice. There we teach you PyTorch.
Okay.
But it is not part of any grading activities, just an additional workshop. That's all.
Okay.
Course has nothing to do with the PyTorch or TensorFlow. It is just basic foundational concepts. So we can either implement all this architecture in TensorFlow or PyTorch. There's 2 standard, most commonly used deep learning frameworks.
Sir, I have a general query. So it is when I had earlier, when I had come for the paradox, I heard that they were considering allowing students to take on-campus courses, like those who are in the degree level, and they were planning to like have some process where you can go on campus. So, is there anything any update on that? Like,
Yeah, it is happening. I mean, it is you can take on-campus courses as well. Given that, I mean, you have to refer to the the semester patterns that are, and what are all the subjects available in each semester. So if it is available in a particular semester, of course in the CS department, then you can opt for it.
okay, sir, and you need to be on campus to do that.
Yeah, you have to present on the campus.
Okay, sir.
So for example, now the campus courses are starting, the semester is starting. So in case you want to study some subjects that is relevant to the data science, I hope all the subjects are eligible. So you can check it out in the site and you can apply for it.
Okay, sir, but like I will still have to take these core courses. Only as electives I can take those. No, like I
Yes,
will have
yes.
to take this deep learning and software testing and software engineering. No.
Yeah, that's correct. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And when is
So if any subject is not offered at a particular semester in in our program, then you can opt for. Suppose you are interested in some subjects, but it is not there in the CS degree program, but it is available in CS department program. Then you can go for it.
Okay, and it has to be CS department, is it, or can it be like electrical engineering or something?
I'm not sure about that, but I can check with JK whether students are allowed to take any subject from any department or only
Okay,
CS
sir.
department. Yeah.
And what is the pattern then? Like, there it's not there are not 3 terms in a year. There it's 2 terms,
Yeah. There are only 2 semesters. Yes.
Okay, so that is September to when? September to March.
Typically, no, September to November. Yes, typically it starts with August and ends by November.
Okay, sir.
Then the next semester starts by Jan, then ends by April.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Hello, sir. I had a doubt regarding the software engineering project. I wanted to ask what is exactly going to be asked of us to do? Are we going to be asked to make an app or a website like application development course, or what is going to be?
Yeah, Chakraborty. So regarding software engineering, the instructor will be able to join only after 7 o'clock. Could you join at 7 and ask the question related to software engineering and
Yeah.
testing?
No problem. No problem. I'll ask the question after 7. No problem.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, good evening, sir. May I ask a question?
Hey, hi, good evening. Yeah, if your questions are related to deep learning, you can ask.
Yes, sir, of course.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
deep learning and AI as well. So I was just trying to understand the extent to which mathematical, understanding would be required. Of course, we're coming from the diploma levels. If we've done machine learning techniques and foundations as well. But then again, so specifically regarding deep learning as well as AI. So would there be parts of whatever is going to be required as the foundation, will it be part of the course itself to start with, maybe in the initial weeks or so, and then we can build upon that, or is it going to just build upon whatever we have learned in the previous courses?
Yeah, so I'm not sure about AI, but in deep learning, of course, we start with revisiting the basic concepts, and we build everything from we start with perceptron and revisit it and a sigmoid neuron. Then we move on to feed-forward neural network. That's how the syllabus is structured. So regarding a mathematical requirement, so the only requirement is having a sound knowledge in calculus, and especially the chain rule of calculus. So it
Right.
takes some time for, the important concept in deep learning is the back propagation algorithm. So you have to spend some time in order to assimilate the how the back algorithm works for feed forward neural network. It takes time, even though we know calculus, but since to wrap our head around this concept takes some time. But once you master that, then the rest of the subject becomes so easy.
I understand. So thank you so much for that. So would there be any suggestion that you would perhaps be giving me at this point before starting the course, so that I can go and look on to those materials which might be helpful as a prerequisite, so as to get a head start, so to speak, on the course? If not this term, maybe in the next term, I might plan on taking that. Right, that's why, particularly deep learning.
Yeah, sure. So I share a link, so you may take a look at the notes. But if you want to read something, then we recommend few resources, especially for the first few weeks. So you can look into that as well. Let me share
All
the
right.
link. So yeah, if you are, if you want some sort of mathematical rigor, then you may look into the book I shared in the chat.
Yes, sir.
This is one of the commonly used standard reference, though it is sort of not updated after 2017, but the core concepts are covered there. So you can take a look into that. And there is one more book. So I'm just looking for it. I will. And also you can take a look into the Mitesh's lecture slides. So the lecture slides itself is self-explanatory. So you don't need to
Right.
often need to look into the other sources.
Mm.
So you just take a look at these two sources. That is more than sufficient.
All right. So thank you so much for sharing this. And then one last question regarding deep learning, if you're able to answer that. So are we going to have OPP also, or to what extent do we need to do actual programming? Would you say that this course is more inclined towards the theoretical concepts more than doing, practical applications on whatever we're going to learn? Similar to PDSA. So PDSA, we used to have a lot of, programming assignments as well. So is it the case here as well, AI and perhaps deep learning?
In deep learning, we do not have this OPPE. So the only thing is that, of course, you learn the foundational concepts, which is quite mathy. But after the course, after the term, then we conduct the workshop in using, where you can develop deep learning models with the help of PyTorch. But that is not related to the grading, but it is just to bridge the gap between the theory and practice. And we are not conducting any OPPE exam for deep learning.
No practice, no programming assignments also, no? Graded.
The programming assignments are there in the sense they
Okay.
are graded assignments, but to solve some questions, you need to write a piece of code.
I understand. I
Yeah.
understand. All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, Shashi, Aditya, DL requires you just brush up calculus. And of course, calculus is the core mathematical tool we use in deep learning. Linear algebra, that's good to brush up, but it is not, you don't need to go through every detail of linear algebra. But calculus is extremely important. So just make yourself comfortable with chain rule, not just with one or two variable, but multiple variables. And if you have time, you study about this, especially taking the derivative for a vector and a matrix, like, you just refer to those materials that will be helpful while you study this course. Other than that, probability is there, but it is not that much involved. So it is enough to focus only on calculus. And moreover, yeah, so we write some piece of code where we use NumPy as well. I hope you already have some exposure to NumPy in machine learning techniques course. Even if it is not, then you may take a look into some concepts of, especially few functionalities from NumPy, how to do matrix vector multiplication, matrix multiplication, and looping, the basic concepts. Yeah, the grading pattern is, there is a slight change in terms of, giving the weightage to quiz 1, quiz 2 and the end term, the very minimal change. But for bonus activity, to award bonus marks, we have a separate bonus activity assignments. I think the grading policy document will be released soon. You always better refer to that document, which is updated one. Math concepts, it's very, Khan Academy is the best source. I won't recommend any particular book because these are all very general topics. Maybe MIT's calculus course is much better. You just focus on a single concept. that is chain rule, and then taking a derivative for vector and then a matrix. Yeah, Hemant, the grading document is under preparation, not preparation, so it is being reviewed. So people are adding suggestions and modifying it. So once it is finalized, it will be shared with you, with all the students.
Hi Arun, I have joined.
Yeah, hi, Haru.
Hi.
Hey,
So,
Chakraborty. Yeah, some students ask questions related to software engineering. They are here.
Afnan is there, no? Afnan is also part of our. Yeah, Afnan is basically TA for this
Good evening,
testing.
sir. Am I audible?
Yeah. So Afnan, you have answered, right?
No, sir. Actually, that was for engineering, so I thought you would be in a better position.
Okay. So
Yeah.
that person is not there, right?
Which person, Haru?
That somebody asked software engineering question.
Yeah, I think Chakraborty asked it. I think he's here.
Chakravarti is still there. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I think he'll ask.
Yes.
Excuse me, sir. This is regarding the MLT workshop for which we've got the email, machine learning techniques workshop. So,
Mhm.
Actually, the previous term also, no, there was this workshops. I actually attended that. I did the
Yeah.
OBP, got the certificate as well. Now, one question is that so is it going to be the same content, or for this run, is there any update, and would it be beneficial for us to attend that again for one who have attended that previously also? So would it be fine if I
The contents are going to be the same, Ahmad. If I, as
okay.
long, I had a discussion with Karthik, but it seems that there are no major updates in the contents, because anyhow it is a kind of showcasing or handholding how to write or convert an algorithm into a code.
Correct, sir.
So they are not updating any contents.
Hmm.
So you are asking whether you can join the workshop once again, or you're asking whether it
Yes, sir.
is.
Yes, sir. I mean, like it's both. So whether I'm even eligible to attend, that's one. The other thing is that even if I do attend, would that be, worth the time to attend that again?
You can attend. I think there is no issues. I mean, if you want to, it's kind of. I hope you have already written the OPP, so you don't need to write it once again. But if
Okay.
you want to have some sort of brush ups, then you can
Hmm.
attend. There are no restrictions, so you can approach Karthik. He can give you the link.
Yes, sir. Sure, sure.
Yeah,
Thank you, sir.
yeah,
I'll see if time permits, I'll try, attending that as well. But anyhow, I think that is going to be streamed on YouTube also. So I
yeah. It
may
is
as
going to
well.
be streamed, but if you
Hmm.
are able to attend live, then
Hmm.
I mean, in case you can have a chance. I mean, you have a chance to discuss with the instructor,
Correct, sir.
right? In case you get stuck at some point.
Hmm. Correct, sir. Sure, sir.
Yeah,
I'll see. I'll see if time permits. If I have the time, I'll consider
yeah,
that.
yeah, 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 sure. Yeah, hi, Chakrabarti.
Yes.
So if I'm not mistaken, you asked some question related to software engineering and testing, right?
I wanted to know the particulars of.
You are on mute.
I wanted to know the particulars of software engineering's project. Like, what will be asked of us? What can we expect? Do we have to make an app, or how do we have to do it? Will it be similar to?
So yeah, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
So there are 20 marks out of this 100 for the project, right?
Okay.
So there is a component of peer review and instructor review. So that's a 20-80%. 80% instructor review, 20% comes from the peer review. Now,
Okay.
the difference with this app day project and this one, this software engineering project is this app day projects are product driven. So you need to basically present what you have developed, right? The code and the output of the software. But this is like software engineering project is much more process driven. So we focus on like how you are collecting your requirement, how you are designing your software, the class diagram and other diagrams. Then the coding practice, how you are collaborating with other team members. Are you maintaining the meeting? logs? Are you maintaining all the issue logs? Then testing, how detailed testing you are doing. And last thing is the output. So project, normally it's a small project, but it's again a Flask and Python based project, right?
Correct.
But main focus, you need to show some output, but project output, like there will be a project presentation, right? But
And can we make the project on anything? And
no,
any
no, no.
topic?
There will be a single statement, project statement. It's a open-ended statement, but project statement will be given to you.
Okay.
So
Okay.
everyone
To
works on the
everybody.
same statement. Yeah, for all. So there will be team
Okay.
for 2 to 3 members. Each team consists of, and accordingly you will have to do. But you have to come with your requirement and detail user requirement and detail user story. So some guidelines will be given. So that's all.
Okay. Okay. And will the duration of this project be for the entire term, or
Yeah,
there
entire term. So each week
Okay.
you have to do a task,
Okay, so like milestones.
milestones, and each week, like weekend, like there will be a time by which you need to submit that task in the Git.
Okay, we have to submit it in Git.
Yeah. So Git will be provided by assembly for entire
Okay.
team. So we
Okay.
have to submit. Yeah.
And what is the process of selecting the team? Would you select it? Do we have to find peers?
We give an option for you to select it. So by a
Okay.
time, if you are not able to select it, we still do the selection for you.
Okay.
So
Okay.
first you will be given a chance to select.
Okay, and will there be waivers for this? Will there be?
No, there won't be a Viva directly, but there will be a presentation. During the presentation, there will be examiners who ask few questions.
Okay, so not exactly like a Viva.
No, not exactly like that.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
And sir, regarding the project, can you give me any guidance of what should I do and should I not do? Any do's and don'ts, just so that I don't make mistakes along the way.
See, this is project statements are very much aligned with what we taught weekly, the milestone
Okay.
targets, everything. So if you
Okay.
follow what we are doing weekly content, that will be fine.
Okay. Understood. And sir, I had a doubt regarding software testing. The point, what I had to ask was, I understood from looking at the previous times orientation for software testing that it is based around testing of applications and testing paradigms and whatnot. But will there be the testing be done in a specific language? Will there be coding involved?
We'll have few codings, but coding examples we take in using Java.
Okay, engine Java.
Software testing, all the examples, all the coding will do using Java. Software engineering,
Okay.
everything will do using Python.
Okay, software engineering is Python.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, I had a doubt regarding the project for strategies for professional growth. Can I ask that here as well?
Actually, I think it is on the another link.
No, no,
No.
this was the link for all the core courses and the compulsory
Okay,
courses.
okay. So I
Yeah,
don't know.
Sham was here, Arup. He
Okay,
left
okay,
the
okay.
meeting. I asked him to join.
Okay, okay.
Oh.
Hi, Chakrabarti. The course instructor of SPG is currently traveling. So he asked you to write a mail to him. So I shared his mail ID in the chat.
Okay, okay, I'll do that. I'll do that. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So, see, you mean, I think now everyone should study all these 4 core subjects to get the BSc. So you are asking in that line?
Yeah. So is it mandatory to do that? Because until last term, we were required to only pick either DL and AI or software testing and software engineering, right? So it's
Yes,
one of the
yes.
two core pairs we were required to take. Has
Mm.
it been made mandatory? Because I mean, one of the requests I had made to Bharati ma'am, I think a while back, I sent her a mail. She said she'll take into account. Is that like for people who are who come with some working experience, software engineering, software testing, or depending on which kind of area they come from, one of the cores may not be necessarily what they are looking for. Of course, the other core pair may be required. So I'm just wondering, has it been mandatory that we have to take all the 4, or is it still yet to be discussed and decided, something like that?
Okay, so to my knowledge, all these 4 are mandatory. So anyhow, I let me discuss with JK and get back to you whether it is applicable to all the batches or only to a set of batches.
Okay, because until last time it was not mandatory. Have they made it mandatory this time? Because they were discussing it, but I don't know if the Senate approved it and all. So that's why my question was, because then the choice of my courses will be completely different for the next term.
I think
based on
Senate
that.
is going on today, so maybe you'll get to know tomorrow.
Oh, okay. 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 I hope they've taken whatever feedback I had given into account. Let's see. Okay, sure. No worries. Hopefully we'll know tomorrow. Okay, thank you.
Also, sir, I had one last thing. Just before this live session started, there was another live session simultaneously held by other instructors for the elective courses. And only as far as I know, only design thinking elective course was discussed in detail. All the other courses were not, and the live stream I think ended. So where can I get that information?
No, actually, like, or if people are asking for it, we're doing the thing. It's on demand kind of thing, because these are all rerun courses, right?
Yeah.
You need
So
any
so
details, so that could be provided.
Excuse me, sir, one question. So regarding the new courses, of the new courses that have been, mentioned here in the orientation schedule, there is this programming in C, mathematical thinking, and computer systems design. So is there any other information relating to the structure of these courses and the content that are going to be?
Tomorrow there will be sessions, right? For all these new courses.
Okay. Mathematical thinking as well, sir, is that?
Yeah. There will be a little detailed discussion tomorrow, because these are new thing, right?
Right, sir, right. That's why. Okay. Yeah. Because I think they have not updated the website yet with this detail and all that regarding the new courses. So
Yeah, since that this Senate is happening today, so after approval they will upload all those things.
yes, sir. I understand. Sure.
Also, sir, I am a part of a lot of groups on WhatsApp or Telegram of a lot of the courses, and in that I had read a discussion among all the other peers that Bharti ma'am had somewhere mentioned that from January term there will be new courses offered like computer vision and large language models. So can you tell me something about that? Is that a real thing? Will it be offered since from January?
So programming side, there will be operating system and maybe networking, computer networking. That I can tell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the large language model courses are under preparation, so it will be offered. But NLP and computer vision are also under discussion. I hope those courses will also be offered. But for LLMs, I'm for sure it will be offered in January.
Yes, Aditya, are you asking about software engineering having an OPP or programming assignment? So actually, software engineering and testing does not have OPP as such or the programming assignments, but in software engineering, you'll have one project which you'll have to do as part of the coursework. So that is going to be graded. Yes, so in application development too, you had that project as a separate course in itself, which is not the case here in software engineering, but you'll have to do the project, within the course itself. Yes, Varun, you can go ahead, please. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask.
Okay. So it is regarding software engineering and software testing. So I had done the AI, I planned to do the AI stream, but just now I got to know that apparently both are going to be compulsory to get the BSc degree. So I just wanted to know about the other stream.
Okay. So software engineering is mostly going to revolve around the concepts that they're going to need, to learn, like for instance, the project management side of it, right? So how do you do requirements gathering, and then how you organize your projects into maybe user stories, and then how do you build upon those concepts, and then finally you'll end up with a project. So in software engineering particularly, we have a project also as part of the coursework. Note that
Okay,
it is
sir.
not separate from the course itself, as in the case with application development, for instance.
Okay,
It was
sir.
a separate course, which is not the case here. But then again, you have a course project that you need to do as part of the course. So that is for software engineering. Now coming
Okay,
to
sir.
testing, you have this theoretical concepts mostly, but then again, to some extent, Java will be used to teach you unit testing in particular. So software engineering, you have Python,
Okay, sir.
whereas in software testing, you'll just have Java, and that too, I would say not much, a little bit of Java only, because it is mostly going to revolve around the theoretical concepts that we have in software testing, right?
Okay,
So
sir.
various coverage criteria are there, and you need to solve for that.
Okay, and in software engineering, you use Python.
Yes, so software
Okay, sir.
engineering, we got to use Python. So you'll be given a problem statement, and you'll have to either form your own team. So there's going to be a team of 2 to 3 members. So you'll either make your own team, that's okay, or if you're not able to make your own team, then we'll allow you, from among your peers, to make yourself a team, and then work on that project. So
Okay,
the
sir.
project will be divided into milestones, and you'll have to deliver the deliverables pertaining to that particular milestone as and when you move forward in the project. So, and then you'll have to, put that in GitHub. So the
Okay, sir. So it
repository,
will be a group project.
yes,
Okay,
that will
sir.
be a group project.
Okay, and so I get to choose my peers, and otherwise some peers will be allotted, is it?
Yes, yes.
Okay, sir.
So at least for the previous time, that was the case, and I'm hopeful that this will be the case this time as well. So
Okay, sir.
you'll be given a chance to form your own team in case you're not able to do so. Most likely, you'll be assigned from our side as well.
Okay, sir. And yeah, my other query is a general query that like I got to know that there is a plan to make it where you can choose on-campus electives. So is so what's the process for that?
Okay, so selecting electives from the on-campus courses, is it?
Yes, sir.
All right, so there is some criteria regarding that, of which I'm not very sure at this moment. So it'll perhaps be better if you,
Okay,
Yeah,
sir.
you'll get a notification, I think, after a few days.
Okay, sir.
yeah, because the grading document itself is in progress, I am informed. So that will be getting released, and hopefully it will contain some information regarding that. And otherwise, you can also refer to the student handbook. I believe that also should contain some information regarding that. Do you have the link to that, the student handbook?
Yes, sir. I have linked to the previous student handbooks. Like
Okay.
this term I have not got actually.
Sure, sure. So you will probably be getting that in a couple of days because things are in progress. So
Okay, sir.
you'll be notified of the same. Yeah.
Mhm. So I am familiar with Python, but I am not familiar with Java. So like how you need to be familiar with like concepts specific to Java, or like if you know programming, it's good enough for software testing?
Software testing, is it? Yeah. So I believe that you've done programming concepts using Java in your diploma level as well.
Yes,
Is
yes,
that the
I
case?
have. Yes, I
Yeah.
have
So
done.
that I think would be more than sufficient as far as software testing is concerned, because again, the tests that we are going to write to ask questions, are going to be written in Java. But I would say, as such, nothing is tied to that particular language, because we
Okay,
are
sir.
more concerned about the conceptual understanding of software testing rather than its application. But of course, as a consequence of learning the concepts, you might be required to understand the code. Like for instance, you've been given a test case, some test cases are there, then you'll have to understand what test case is trying to test for what errors, and what test case is not efficient, and so on and so forth. So that for that purpose, we are using Java as the language, but conceptually it is not tied to that particular. So that's what it is.
Okay. Okay, so okay, then I think it will be easy because I know programming in Python and in C++ also. So
Yeah.
I think Java I took the course, but I could not get familiar with Java, with that particular language. But okay, so then I think I should be able to do it.
Yes. So your knowledge from application development is going to help you in the software engineering project to a large extent, and then
Okay, sir.
Java that you have taken in diploma level would be sufficient for software testing as well. Yeah, that's all.
Okay. Okay, thank you, sir.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
okay, thank you.
So do you have any more questions? Otherwise, we can close, right?
Yes, I am done, sir.
Okay. Sapnan, shall we close? I think.
Yes, sir. I think we can close because the stipulated time was 8 only.
Okay.
I don't think anybody else is going to join in. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, sir, for your
Thank
time.
you.
I appreciate it. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Varun.